think that, Jamie, you sit here. DC, you sit here. Okay. And Travis, you go here. And Tanny, Johan, I think you're in the next group.
All right. You didn't have to run.
Thanks for coming in.
Yeah.
Hello.
Welcome everyone here with us on site and also everyone watching the live stream from home. Welcome to the Race of Champions Snow and Ice 2023. We're going to kick things off with Team Great Britain and Team USA. And I'm going to head straight to you, Jamie, because I see you're embracing the Nordic lifestyle this morning. You're out on a run with the boys in the snow and ice.
Yeah, I know that wasn't my first choice this morning. It was early start, but no, nice to get out. It's cold, but it's not as cold as last year, so it's a bit more manageable. Last year they went out and it was minus 15 and I opted out of that. But yeah, nice to start the morning. And yeah, just looking forward to the rest of the weekend.
And you didn't make a choice of taking shorts and a t-shirt?
No, I dressed appropriately, I felt. Seb and Tom, shorts and t-shirt, which I don't understand. They had their logic or their reasons, but yeah, not for me.
DC, you're shaking your head?
Yeah.
Why?
No, because I'm just happily retired, so I don't need to do any of that exercise shit anymore. So it's good. But,
You were busy practicing this morning. You were.
I was out
bright
first
and
on
early.
track. Yeah, that was good. And obviously happy to be here. Looking forward to the ice baths and all that sort of stuff later. But if you see me in the gym, it's because I'm stealing an apple.
Because I bumped into someone earlier who said that Mika was partying until 4:30 this morning, so you weren't part of that?
No, I do take this very seriously. I want to get my name on that trophy again.
So what's the driving been like so far? What's the track like?
Yeah, track is great. I think it's, I think conditions are a lot better than last year, so there's a nice flow to the track. I was feeling that, I was doing okay, slipping and sliding my way around, and then I had a little contact with one of the concrete barriers. But that's all part of it. And yeah, there's some amazing competitors here, so I think Jamie and I are going to have a tough time.
And meeting Team Germany in that first race there?
Yeah, no, that'll be one of the easier ones.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, it's the others I'm worried about.
Let's move on to Team USA. Travis, it's great to have you back. How are you doing?
Great to be here. My back is not broken this year, so I'm very, very, very happy.
Because we did have you on live stream last year from home with friends and family. You were watching on, wishing that you were here, and now you are.
Yes, very much so. I'm not a huge fan of cold, but I love driving on the ice. Really looking forward to, Tanner. He's used to being super sideways and rally and extreme E and everything else. So I think, last year America making the podium or the top or final round was very exciting for me watching at home, especially with two California guys that really hadn't seen the snow. But then looking at this last weekend at Nitro Rallycross, the Jamaican that had never seen snow before 3 days before he got there qualifies pole. So I feel like all these drivers are very, very good, very capable. So looking forward to a chance to get up there.
And Tanner, welcome back. It's been a while.
That makes me feel old, but yes, it has been a while, and thank you very much. I'm super happy to be here, actually. It's great.
And what's it been like so far up in North Sweden?
It's been a lot of fun. There's like 4 days of a Volkswagen program that I did only about an hour away from here that very coincidentally ended the day before this started. And so I got some time sliding around on the ice, which was amazing. The track is very cool. I mean, all I've been able to do is watch the footage from last year, which looked like it was an amazing save to make the event last year with part of the track floating away. But this is my first Race of Champions outside. I've done 3, but they were all in stadiums. And it's great to see a little bit of speed in the cars and just watching practice. I mean, the cars all the drivers are so precise. The speeds are going to be so close, person to person. It's going to be, I think, a great battle.
Who's going to be the hardest to beat this weekend?
I think everybody. And there's, right off the bat, I go against Kristofferson, who I've competed with a lot in the past, who's certainly super, super, super quick. Travis and I
get
both.
Matthias.
Yeah,
I've never beaten Matthias at anything. I'm thinking maybe ping pong tonight just to get a win under my belt. We were practicing ping pong as a team yesterday because just to try to beat Matthias at anything really would be fantastic.
I actually watched them play later. You shouldn't. probably do that.
Okay, well, okay, maybe something else. We're gonna think of something that I can beat Matthias at, and he's gonna think of something that he can beat Christopherson, and then together
That's how teams
we're
work.
gonna meet each other as America past both of those guys who are half an hour early studying their competition, obviously up here trying to figure out exactly what we're saying. So.
Well, the two of them are obviously the kings of mind games. Has it started already?
Like a year ago. Yeah. I mean, it's subtle at first, and then it turns into ping pong, which is not subtle at all. No, it's always a great battle, and that's one of the best parts of this event. And the last time I did it was in 2011, and so it's been a long time. But yeah, in the locker room, the camaraderie / mind games are kind of the best part of the weekend, to be honest.
Do you play any games, DC?
Not with these guys in the locker room, anyway. No, I'm actually.
that up.
I'm trying to figure out. Well, I think I'm just too simple to work out what the mind games are. But I was going to say, if you want to have a competition with Matthias, then do a joke-telling competition.
Fair.
There you go.
Thank
He's
you.
not even laughing.
Right, there's a question from the fans to all of you. Which of the 5 competition cars is your favourite to drive? We'll start with you, DC.
They're all fun. The Polaris has a lot of movement in it, so you can you really feel the car move. I'd say is it the Rallycross? What do you call the one with the sequential box? Is that a Rallycross car? Yeah.
Lights, yeah.
That's quite busy because I actually got confused between handbrake and gear lever at one point, which made it interesting. But because that's not our domain, we're not used to doing all that sort of stuff. But it's fun to just have that experience for yourself in the car. And I think the course is good, so it should make some close racing. The jump is pretty impressive, so my damaged vertebrae is feeling that when I come down on the other side. But no, I think the whole event is just fantastic, and the camaraderie and the stories that we share. And then, of course, when the lights go out, you want to do the best you can. I thought I was driving okay this morning, and then as we were walking over, I saw one of the Team Germany cars absolutely ripping it round a corner, and I thought, geez, that's how you've got to really go for it. So I think maybe I'm a little bit too smooth at the moment. I need to be more aggressive.
Okay, that's the goal for the weekend then.
Yeah.
More aggression.
Yes.
You, Jamie?
I've not driven all the cars yet, but so far the RX2E, the electric rallycross car is good fun. But yeah, as DC said, now with the jump and the way that the track is this year, it's a lot of fun in all the cars. So yeah, we're going to have fun out there.
Cool. Travis?
The side-by-side, definitely, I mean, I'm driving side-by-sides all the time. I feel like a lot of the European contingent says they don't have enough room to get out and drive some of these things where my backyard is just a track. So I think that's going to be a good one for me. I'm hoping I get that maybe the first round against Matthias.
No, you definitely won't.
No.
No.
Oh, yeah, no, that was wrong. No, I'm not good at this stuff. But the FC1X, it's over 1,000 horsepower. I got to do a lap on that this morning. They're just, so that's what we race for Nitro Rallycross, which is probably an advantage for having driven that the whole year. But this is my first year driving electric vehicles. It simplifies things, but it also, I think, is good for the drivers, a little more precise. The FC1X, it felt like an Irish tarmac. Like when you were it felt like a slot car, but the second you're off of the ice and onto the fluff at all, there's nothing there. So this car has more traction and more power than anything you'd ever drive on the tightest course it's ever driven on. And if you miss your line by 3 inches, you have no braking or no turning. So it's going to be very exciting to watch, I think.
And you, Tanner?
I think it's interesting that more than half the cars are electric this year. It's pretty cool. In the past, and 10 years ago, coming out, there you'd get into an Audi or something, and there'd be a whole debrief on exactly how to start it, do the launch control on the WRC rally car, and it was really complicated with these. They kind of get you in there. They'd be like, okay, this little one on the right makes it go faster, and then that one slows it down, and then that's it. So they're so simple to drive. But I enjoy the rallycross car. I kind of like the busyness of it. It has a huge amount of grip on the front. I think you can be super committed with it. So I like that one.
Cool. Well, thank you very much to Team Great Britain and to Team USA. Best of luck.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
We'd now like to invite Team Sweden to the stage and also the Team All-Stars. Yeah, of course, and Team France. Sorry, Adrian.
Oj, vart vi inte nu eller?
Where are the All-Stars then? Okay.
Molly, I'm not Sebastian Loeb, if you didn't recognize me. So just a quick message. So Sebastian has to attend a funeral this afternoon in France, but we have organized, so he will be arriving tomorrow morning at 10:30 here in a helicopter, and will jump right into the cars and try to win the ROC Nations Cup with Adrian. He sent a message, and then on Sunday he will be fully prepared to defend his Champion of Champions title. That's the message from Sebastian Loeb, and for the moment, Adrian, you have to represent Team France on your own.
Thank you.
Okay, we'll just begin then with Team Sweden. I guess the two of you, Johan and Matthias, are the most feared pairing out of everyone, which is perhaps not a huge surprise. Johan, do you feel like one of the favorites this weekend?
In ping pong or the driving?
How good are you in ping pong?
I can find out. No, yeah, but I think, first of all, it's quite, nice to be here and all of that stuff. I think it's my 4th time, so that's really, really nice to be invited to this event. And teaming up with Matthias in the same team for the first time ever in any category. So we've been always competitors. I drove obviously in Matthias' team 2021. But yeah, now driving together, it will be fun. So let's see if I can squeeze out some tips and tricks finally from him.
Can he, Matthias?
Yeah, I think it's it's an awkward event in one way. It's super fun in another way. When I saw that I will team up with Johan, it's like having suddenly your hardest competitor ever in teaming up. And on Saturday, my ego will be to share everything, and on Sunday morning, share nothing. So, and I'm sure Johan has the same strategy, because the more driving you get on Saturday, the better you will be on Sunday. So, but I also know I've come here so many times. You come here with full of confidence, you feel you do everything right. You are a bit conservative, one mistake and you're out in the first round and you're the first at the bar. So I'm also very humble that this can change very quickly. Even we are born in Sweden, we are used to snow and ice, but Team Norway were lucky last year and also nailed it for once. So we hope that they have not so much luck next year and that Petter have been resting enough that he lost all his skills. So anyway, it's a lot of fun, but I also see Adrian and Sebastian as very strong competitors. I think he will probably be the surprise of everyone, because if you're not really been in the game for a while and so on and nobody really knows, I think he can be a surprise of the weekend, and look forward to see who in the end will win, because it's very exciting times.
Johan, do you notice the other competitors trying to sort of squeeze any kind of information that they can out of the two of you?
No, not really. I think, like Matthias said, you are full of, confidence when you arrive here and you want to do good, and it's the same case every time. But obviously, joining this group of people, it's just as enjoyable to be on track as it is to be in the locker room or, just spending the time together of the evenings. There's so many nice guys here, and you get humbled pretty quickly when you see the names of the other competitors that you're going to drive against. But of course, when the helmet gets on you, you want to try to do as best you can. And let's see how it goes. I will first of all try to enjoy, and then probably enjoy even more if the results are good.
Perfect. Adrian, ROC debut. And I'm sure you've heard plenty of stories about this event. What sort of expectations have you had?
Oh, well, first thing, I'm really honored to be here, feeling very humble, as Johan said, to see all those names. And as Matthias said, I hope I can be a good surprise. To be honest, fighting against guys that have so many experience on the ice, doesn't make it easy for a street circuit guy. But at the end of the day, you know, it's still a race car and it's still a gas and a throttle. So we try to be as quick as possible. I was relying a little bit on my weapon, but I'm pretty sure he's the one that doesn't need to train so much. So we hopefully will be a good team.
When you found out you were teaming up with a 9-time World Rally champion, what sort of relationship do you have to Sebastian Loeb?
Well, as a childhood hero of myself, to be honest, he has been one of the guys I was looking on TV when watching rally and Monte Carlos. Actually, I love rallying. I did one Monte Carlo in my life, so for sure it's an honor. It's also a bit of pressure, but to be honest, it's a relief to have someone like him on my side. I would have liked to have a little bit of advices before the start of the competition, but we'll make it work like that.
It's typical him style, isn't it? Just drop in a helicopter and then go racing.
I'm pretty sure he's going to be even more excited and probably performing even better than if he had trained. So yeah, I'm pretty confident about that.
We hear from most people, you know, how enjoyable it is, everything that happens outside of the racing. What's that been like for you so far?
No, as I said before, I feel very humbled, but at the same time, all those guys are very nice, very open and stuff. So we went for a run this morning with Sebastian Vettel, you know, some legends out there. And for me, okay, I'm a world champion, but I'm not a 3-time world champion in Formula One. So at the end of the day, it's very nice to share moments with them and to be able to you know, to share stories about the different disciplines in motorsport. You never have the chance to compete against drivers that are coming from all different series in those conditions. So it's pretty good fun.
Cool. Well, thank you very much, guys. Best of luck this weekend.
Thank you.
Just for everyone watching the stream, we appreciate your patience. We are still waiting for the next drivers, which should be here in a few minutes' time.
With the suit on again? Or?
Just a quick message to everyone in the room here. Are there any questions for the drivers up on stage now?
No.
You have any weather forecast? Will it be cold and dry or wet and warm this weekend?
Which do you prefer?
I like actually wet and warm, but I actually would very cold and dry as well. No, but seriously, any weather forecast?
No.
Okay.
Any questions? No? No?
You have one? Did you have one?
Yeah.
I can ask Matthias. Last year you wasn't so happy about your defeat. How have you recharged for this year's race of champions?
I think last year when I was driving against Sebastian, I knew that would probably the race for the win, because when we saw the lap times, and then I just made a mistake and I lost in the third race. For sure that was disappointing. Again, I know he has now 4 victories, I have 3. So before we had equals, now he's 1 ahead. But again, it's a new weekend, and I know it will be many others that will want to win as well. And last year, I don't know how many hundreds it was between Johan and myself. So on any given day, everybody can win here. And it's more to try and nail that perfect lap when you really need it. And I'm not sure that DC's strategy is the winning one, but for sure he has most fun. But I'm still wondering how he managed to put his name on that trophy with his strategy. But I also understand there are different strategies, but at least he is very relaxed. Where is he? Already in the bar? Yeah, no, he's not here. No, anyway, we will do our best, and if we win, great. If not, we're still great.
I had a weather forecast come through in my ear.
Yeah?
0 degrees, sun tomorrow.
Nice.
Pretty
No
good.
excuses. Yeah.
Any more questions?
Yeah.
For the two of you, if there's one person on the other side of the board you don't want to see in the final, who would you want to see there? You had to pick somebody that you don't want to see. Or do you have no fear? It doesn't matter who shows up, you got it.
I think if you want to win, you have to beat all of them. So
I think there is no one you fear more or less. I think everybody are as fast on a given day, and it's just to find the right feeling. And I think the track evolution will be bigger than last year because the ice is prepared better when we start, and the more we drive, I expect it to change more from run to run. So
would be cool if we could see Jamie in the final.
yeah. I must admit, I would love to see Mika in the final. I've always been a huge fan of him and his personality, so if he could make it, that would be nice. I don't think Germany deserve any more wins. They have enough. Oh, as a team. Individual, I don't mind, but in the teams, I think they have too many already. They've been lucky many times, right, Fredrik? Team Germany, too good, too much?
You know, it's like, who was the English footballer who said the football is a game with 22 men run after one ball for 90 minutes, and in the end, the Germans win? The Nations Cup felt a little bit like that for a while.
And Rallycross World Championship as well.
But, no, I mean, the Germans are always strong. I mean, last year, first day they were good, but not overly impressive. And then the second day, Sebastian was super quick. So they're quick learners, huh? So it's and they're certainly motivated. So don't underestimate them or write them off. But Sweden has never won the Rock Nations Cup.
Yeah, we know. Oh, I know. Still wondering why not.
Yeah, but you both won it actually as Team Nordic,
yeah.
Both with Tom Christensen.
Yeah.
Tell us about the experience, Matthias. When did you win with Tom?
I think I won with Tom in Paris or actually I didn't win anything. Tom won everything, and I looked. I just got the trophy for not doing very good. But then somehow I got back and managed to win 3 individuals. So, but then I haven't won the team one anymore.
Yeah. So tell us about those memories from Stade de France.
I think for me the strongest Race of Champions memory is Stade de France, when I had my first individual win against Sebastian Loeb, and when it came to the final, and it was in his WRC Citroën car. And I remember when I was in the locker room and everybody are gone, so it's very empty. You know, in the end you're alone there.
Yeah.
And then they say, so you go against him in the Citroën. And I felt, that would be a bit difficult because he was in a pretty high in that moment. And I remember when I sat in the car and I said, I will do everything, and I managed to be totally mental free and just drive purely free. And I managed to beat him in his car. And afterwards in the Circuit Racing Solution F. And I remember so well when I finished, and I was like super happy, and then I opened the door and it was quiet. There was no one really happy. So it was like totally quiet in the stadium. So
they hadn't expected someone to beat.
I think I was probably the least wished person to win that event. And all the French guys, they didn't really clap their hands. So I jumped up on the roof and I did this. And then they started clapping hands. So I think that will be my strongest memory. And then I also have to say all the battles with Michael. I had twice in the final.
Michael Schumacher.
Yeah, Michael Schumacher. And, you know, he was very competitive and he really wanted to win.
Yeah.
And then before the final, in the first time, he didn't say much.
In Wembley Stadium, right?
Yeah. He didn't say much. And then on the second time in Peking.
In the Bird's Nest Olympic Stadium in Beijing, yeah.
Before the final, he came to me and said, "You again?" And I said, "Yeah, and I'm pretty good shape, so good luck." And then he lost, and he said, "I lost, even I did my best, so congratulations." So
I remember him jumping on the back of you when you were celebrating.
Yeah, I have one of those pictures that work every time we post it as memories, when I have Michael on the back celebrating that. And also one of the strongest memories that he were not shy to say, "I did my best and I got beaten fair and square." When he said this, I remember the goosebumps I got from this.
Yeah.
And also he gave me, we took one of the locker boards and he wrote a couple of words for me. And I still have it in my garage. And, you know, now I start to look on this as quite some time ago, but it for sure is very different, as there will be no other chance to have another battle, but those memories will be there forever.
Yeah, no, but that kind of sums up Race of Champions. You've got a 7-time Formula One world champion who's not afraid to come and compete on identical cars with you as a DTM champion at the time. And you know, when he gets beaten, you just reckon, hey, you beat me fair and square. There are no excuses. You can't say you had a better car or something else. It's just you're a sportsman and you want to win, but.
I also must say, when I won DTM and several races early in my career, in Germany, I always felt that DTM was a German thing and, you know, the real freaks of racing understood. But after I won Race of Champions a few times, a lot of people thought that was bigger than winning a DTM championship. Simply because the drivers who were there were better and Michael were a superstar, and us in little DTM back then wasn't as good as Formula One was. And I think that's also something this event is about. If you manage to go from your first race to the last race and beat all those guys, you do it once, you can be lucky for sure. You do it twice, you might be very lucky. But when you've done it 3 times, you know at one point it's not really any more luck involved. But again, it's super difficult, and the margins are so small. And I'm also very proud of one present I got when I beat the Kovalainen in Paris with 2 10,000ths of a second. And then Tag Heuer gave me a watch because that was one of the smallest.
It was the smallest margin ever in a race. So Matthias beat Heikki Kovalainen by 2 10,000ths of a second in one of the Race of Champions heats. Building on that, what do you think here? Are there going to be that close margins in some of the heats?
I think already last year we saw Johan and myself. We had, I think it was less than a tenth, was a few 9,000. Yeah, so it is going to be this close. And you know, when you come out of the last corner, you look and you see it's impossible for us to know who will be the faster. So you will have to watch the screen, because when you cross the line, you don't know.
No, you just flat out.
And I think that also shows how good of a preparation all of us do in a way, from the start to the first corner to finish and all this, that you are able to nail, I would say, close to a perfect lap, and you don't feel mistakes. But still, then the time difference is more. Did you put the tires perfectly in the rut, or 10 centimeters out in the little slush or mud, or from the snow, the loose snow? And in the car, you will maybe not feel that time, but the watch will not give you as a present. So I expect it to be the same here, especially now the track is much better prepared, the ice is harder, and as long as there is no slush, there is smaller chance to make a mistake. So I expect in the beginning of the race the margins to be smaller. The more slush, the more mud, the more difficult the bit of ruts, the gaps will be bigger.
Fantastic. We're going to let... no, stay. Yeah, Matthias, if you change spots with Thierry, so we bring him in the middle. Yeah, Adrian, if you move here, and we bring Felipe in the middle, so we got Team All-Stars in the middle.
Yeah, welcome to Team All-Stars. Thierry Neuville from WRC, Felipe Drogovic, Formula 2 world champion last year. Both of you having your ROC debut this weekend. Thierry, fresh from a podium in Rally Monte Carlo to North Sweden, where we'll also be in a week and a half time. So this is a pretty good warm-up for Rally Sweden, I guess.
It is definitely is a good training ahead of a couple of test days, beginning of next week, and then obviously the rally. But yeah, first of all, I would like to mention that I'm really happy to be here. Took a while to get here. We have been several times in contact. Obviously, it was never the real occasion to get here. And I think it's a great opportunity for me as well. Not only to have fun and meet new people, because I think that's the main thing as well. You can meet people of different categories and have a chat and just spend a relaxed weekend with a little bit of pressure, but not the pressure we usually have. But also to show the Belgian flag. Belgium is a country where motorsport is highly appreciated. We have several good drivers in plenty of disciplines, such as we had Stoffel van Dorn as well in Formula 1, me in WRC, and in all the GT categories. So I think in the future Belgium would deserve as well a full team.
And the two of you make up Team All-Stars. Do you know Felipe from before?
I mean, obviously I know him, from following Formula 1 and GP2, or F2. But it's true that we never met. It was the first time, and obviously he's coming from the other side of the world, where he's used to the sun, so the snow is something new for him. But he's gonna probably say more about it.
Yeah, Felipe, coming to the north of Sweden from Brazil, that's quite a contrast.
It is. Like I was telling them that Monday morning I was still in Brazil, 30 plus degrees. So yeah, I came here feeling quite cold, but no, I'm really enjoying it. It's very different. First time for me actually driving in snow. I never did any ice driving before, but it's really, really fun. I can say that. But yeah, still struggling a little bit, trying to put the car sideways in the right way. But yeah, I'm just having a lot of fun, and yeah, it's also a good preparation. Some people in Formula cars, they do a little bit of ice driving before the season. It's good to get that car control, and to do that competing is also even better. So yeah, I'm enjoying it.
So who have you gone to so far for some tips and tricks?
Well, I've got him. I've been asking him tips for the whole weekend, probably. But it's everyone that's been here before. I've a little bit of experience, so we just talk to them, and normally people are telling you the right things. You need to judge a little bit, but yeah, I think it's quite cool, just to talk to these people and get to learn a little bit more.
Which of the cars do you feel the most comfortable with?
I don't know, probably the easiest ones to drive. I think the electric ones are the easiest, less difficult, I would say. But no, all of them are really fun. I would say the normal rallycross with the gears is really fun to drive. It's also more difficult, but I'm really enjoying it. Yeah.
What do the two of you think about the competition? The guys on your left there, they're kind of favourites this weekend.
I think it's amazing to just to be in the same environment as them and also competing. Not for me. I think we're kind of divided from track racing to rally racing. So it's very difficult to get there in the final to compete against them. But it's just such a pleasure and to be against them. And I think I'm one of the youngest here, so I've grown up just watching these guys and hearing their names. So it's really cool to be here. And
I see that you're up against Mika Häkkinen.
Yep.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's really cool. Well, when I saw first round against the Finnish, I was like, it's not ideal for me, but should be quite cool.
I wonder, how old were you when he stopped in Formula One?
He stopped in '99. Oh no, when did he stop?
I'm not sure.
2000. Yeah, he stopped in the year that I was born.
That should be a fun race then. Jerry, what do you think about the competition and also wandering around here with all of these drivers? Are there any of them that have sort of been heroes for you in some way?
Actually, there is. Obviously, I'm born in Belgium, in the German-speaking part, which is close to the German border, and obviously we were always watching German TV. So Sebastian Vettel was always the new hero for the Germans with his career stepping up to Formula One, and I have been following since the beginning his career, and I've always been a big supporter of him. Obviously, to meet him here this weekend is a great pleasure for me and a great honor. But also all the other drivers. I mean, at some point we were all the same. We were all born as a baby and grew up in school. But I think most of us had really great passion for motorsports, whatever background with the family or not. Somehow we all made our way through, despite difficulties, and it's definitely not easy to get where we are all now. So we share a lot of things together, which we can exchange and talk about during the weekend. And that was the thing I was the most looking forward.
And does he follow the WRC?
Who? Sepp? Yeah, I was surprised. He knows everything actually, and I had a long chat with his father as well, who obviously loves rallying as well. And it's just great to see that. I mean, everybody knows Formula One, but rallying is still popular. It's still a spectacular sport, and people are still enjoying to watch, even if it's, I guess, one of the most difficult motorsports to follow for a whole weekend. It lasts 4 days, and it's very difficult to broadcast as well. But it's still one of the very spectacular motorsports.
And to be in a situation like this and to be around Sebastian Vettel, what do you ask him? What do you talk about?
About everything. I mean, we exchange a bit about our career, what we like, what our hobbies, and just having a drink together and making some fun as well is sometimes really relaxing. And I think for them it's still off season. For me, the season has already begun, so I need to still stay a bit focused. But like I said, it's a good training for me this weekend, and I'm enjoying it.
Okay, thank you very much. Anyone on the floor have any questions? Any questions? No? Okay.
No questions, Petter? No questions? Do you have any question? In English? You mean like in the seat, or?
I think you're all free to go. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Good luck. If my notes are correct, it is Team Nordic who is next, Tom Christensen and Felix Rosenqvist, and also Petter and Oliver Solberg. And Valtteri. I guess the order's been switched around a little bit. Yeah? Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Don't think Tom is here. It's only me.
Oh, where are the old boys? Mika, Tom, what are they doing?
Sleeping.
So you heard I mentioned old boys to them, right? Not you.
Yeah, thank you. That's why I catch you straight away,
It's good to feel young for once.
Yeah. Do you normally not feel young, Felix?
No, I'm getting a bit. How do you say? Long in the teeth.
Long in the.
I think that's how you
Is
say
that a
it.
Swedish expression?
Yeah, maybe. Long in the tooth.
Long in the tooth. I haven't heard that before.
Yeah.
Okay.
Learned something.
So you're getting on a bit then, you feel?
Yeah. No, I feel very refreshing being against all these older guys.
So we're missing a few. Where's Oliver?
Well, he was in the car when we left, but I don't know.
He was in. Oh, he's driving on track, huh?
Fredrik, kommer Oliver, eller?
No, so that's why we say you have to wait because he's not ready yet.
Yeah. So should I move away here now?
You can sit there for the moment and then we'll bring Oliver in whenever he
Okay.
or you come back. You wait.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can just chat, can't we? Valtteri, you're here to represent Team Finland. You were supposed to be with us last year but couldn't make it, but now you are here in the north of Sweden. What's it like so far for you?
So far, really nice, and yeah, it is.
Oh. Sorry about that.
Yeah, it is good to be here. Like last year, I really wanted to do it, but then had some team commitments on that weekend, so couldn't. So I've been waiting for 1 year to be, and yeah, yesterday got a few laps on track and really enjoyed it.
You mentioned to me that you kind of like this sort of outdoor, way up north. You told me you had a cabin really far up north in Finland. So this is kind of what you enjoy, this kind of climate and everything, yeah?
Yeah, I love Lapland. Like I'm born in city of Lahti, which is southern Finland, but I've got a holiday cabin in a place called Kilpisjärvi, which is basically as north as you can get in Finland. It's at the border of Sweden, Norway, Finland, and it's like proper Arctic. And I love the snow, all the sports that are related to snow, and especially if you get a chance to drive on the snow, it's even better.
And you're not just used to circuits, you've done some rallying as well, so some good experience to bring with you here.
I've done the Arctic Rally twice in Finland, I think 2019 and 2020, so a bit of experience from that. So yeah, I hope it helps me a bit this weekend.
And teaming up with Mika Häkkinen, had some fun with him already?
Yeah, we had a good sauna and maybe a beer. But honestly, like for me, if I was told as a kid that one day you're going to race with Mika together, it's pretty crazy, because he was my childhood hero, and I was looking up to him, and now actually teaming up with the legend himself it is pretty cool, and I think we might have a bit of a chance. So let's see.
What's your favorite thing about Mika?
He's so honest, like yeah, a true Finn in a way that he says what he thinks.
The storytelling.
Yeah, I still want to know the end of the story, but yeah, he's got some good stories. They can be a bit long. So.
Yeah, I heard it was a bit late last night.
Yeah, depends if you count if it's late or early. So.
That's a very good point. But what do you think of this atmosphere? There's some racing, but a lot of it's just about having fun and eating good food and just, all the stories.
It is nice. Like, it's a new experience for me. I'm sure, many of the guys been here before, they know how it goes. But for me, speaking with everyone from different sports, different experiences, different stages of careers, it is nice. And obviously everyone is here to like race and drive as fast as they can, but at the same time it's like good times, and it's still pre-season for most people, so you can also be pretty relaxed. So yeah, really enjoying.
Is this good pre-season training?
It is. Any driving is always good. So yeah.
Perfect. Thank you very much. We'll move to your right. Felix Rosenqvist, welcome to Race of Champions.
Thank you.
What's it like to be here?
Great. It's. I'm also a rookie like Valtteri, so first time here, second time on ice in a car. So a lot to learn, a lot to. Yeah. It's a lot at the same time. I think we've done 3 laps in total so far. So you try to take everything in every second, and obviously. As you mentioned, just hanging around with these legends and people I looked up to my whole life, and it's a lot, to be honest. It's a lot to take in, a lot of fun, very relaxed, and pretty cool that it's on ice as well. I think that's a great thing to do. It's maybe some advantage to Petter and some other guys, but no, it's really cool.
What sort of experience do you have driving on snow and ice?
One day last year in Åre in Sweden, I did like a Porsche experience thing, and that's it. That's I mean, one time I went with my mom on the lake when it was frozen. Back when the lake still froze where I'm from in Sweden, we went on a just did some handbrake turns and
in the family car, or
yeah.
You won on that day. You won.
I won against my mom. Yeah.
So your mum just took you out for a day and a spin on the lake.
Yeah, she was like, "Let's do a little detour. Let's go out and drive on the lake." And but no, honestly, very little experience. Everyone thinks that I have a lot of experience because I'm from here, but I'm from 17 hours south from here. So
yeah, we just heard from Valtteri talking about watching Mika growing up. Is it a bit the same for you with Tom?
Yes, Tom, Mika, Travis. Like Travis was a big hero of mine. I remember that run when he did like 5 backflips and then he sent the bike into the ocean. And I don't know how old I was at the time, but he was a big hero because I loved skateboarding and BMX and those kind of things. And so many heroes. Like Mika was on my wall. Even DC, I think, was on the wall. So
you had posters really cool of them in your bedroom?
Yeah, McLaren was. I mean, obviously I'm with McLaren now, but they were my team. So.
Wow. And have you just walked up to them and just started chatting with them? And
yeah, I met them a couple of times before. Me and DC were at Mercedes at the same time, so we know each other from a couple of gin tonics and some more. But no, they're great guys. It's good to see them together as well as teammates. So.
And can you admit you were maybe a bit starstruck when you saw Travis here? Or?
I mean, yes and no. I think what Thierry said, we're all the same. End of the day, we're all coming from the same background. We're all, trying to go fast in circles, and it's not really, everyone's just really cool, and it's not. I think that's the reason you don't become starstruck, right? Because you can see yourself in everyone.
Everyone's just people, right?
Yeah. Exactly.
Tom.
Molly.
Your 17th race of champions.
Really?
Wow. Yeah.
Is that a question?
It's more of a statement. That's a lot.
Thank you. I mean, I loved every one of them being here. It has been great. And obviously, I think I pay respect to Stig Blomqvist on that side because apparently I'm told that I passed his, let's say, if it's a record of participations as.
But he is still professional. He drives every weekend,
Yeah, that's true. So he might be invited back and beat my record. That's you will have to ask the management about that.
Oh.
But 17 times. What I like is the agility, the diversity, and of course to implement what it does in that you have to. Drive different cars, and of course that is always a challenge. If it's in the first one was in Gran Canaria on gravel and asphalt. Then we went to some stadiums. We have been to Barbados. We have been to Beijing. We have been to Düsseldorf. We have been to the stadium in London. I don't know if I'm missing anything, but we have been to quite a lot of places. So now we are at it's a bit colder for the morning runs here than
you were in
the others.
Shorts,
Miami,
right?
we have been. Yeah, it's that's what my wife tell me to travel light. So.
No. Tom, you've won the Nations Cup 3 times. You've won it as Team Nordic with Petter, who's sitting next to you. You've won it with Matthias. You've won it with Johan Kristoffersson, and now you have a new teammate on Team Nordic, Felix Rosenqvist. What's your thoughts about your previous wins and your chances here with Felix?
Obviously, I mean, as you're reflecting on, you asked a big question, reflecting on 17 participations. I mean, yes, I've never won the individual, but I've been in the final, God knows how many times, but losing to some. But now I have a new, young, and obviously a very greedy hotshot next to me, who's doing well in IndyCars, and I've followed his career like what is great about that, I mean, they're reflecting on meeting the people you actually follow now. And I've been retired for several years, but I follow motorsport very closely due to other obligations. And to see his progress, even from when he did Formula 3 in Germany and then going to Formula E, where he was pretty rapid. And of course, making a career in IndyCar in the States, that's something you can, obviously you're proud of that. Here in Sweden, you have two drivers who is doing extremely well there. But yes, I thought he would have more experience on the snow and ice. It looks like that because he's going pretty rapid. So I think we have a good chance, but that means that we have to hit the ground running because we are up against, in the first heat, against the most experienced with these cars, the two other Swedes who are world champions in these categories. So to beat them here, it would, of course, be a big smash. But that's what we will try.
Have the mind games started already with the two of them?
Yeah, they kind of. We try to ignore them, but it's a bit difficult when they talk to us. But no, we are having a good camaraderie, and they are strong. I mean, I raced with Johan in Mexico, winning with him in Mexico, and Matthias I know from all my years when I drove DTM with Audi, and they are very, very strong competitors. But so are we, Felix, right?
Oh, yes.
Being your 17th time, how much do you look forward to this event?
I look forward to come here. It's a camaraderie all around. I mean, there's many people, even the people who actually is behind now they mentioned a lot of the drivers and the different stages of the careers, but also I reflect on seeing people who is working in the organization, who is coming here and doing it and helping out. So it's a bit of it's a big family. It becomes when you're participating so many times. But it's a must. Every time I come here, it's a must, and I simply enjoy it and just try to stay away from people like him and DC and Mika in the evening. If you want to be early in bed, make sure they don't see if you sneak away, because they come and get you. They find you, and sometimes things get very late, but very funny.
Molly, we've got Oliver, Peder's son, and Team Norway, title holders of ROC Nations Cup. So I think, are there any questions for Felix and Tom? And if not, we will bring in Oliver and
any questions from the floor for Felix and Tom? No? Okay, you guys are free to go. Good luck this weekend.
Thank you. Am I free to go?
Hang on 1 second. Just 1 second. Okay. Yeah. Oliver, is Sebastian here? One more.
Björn Borg.
So Team Norway is complete, and now Team Germany, Sebastian Vettel and Mick Schumacher.
Jarno and Lucas.
Oh, it's getting really full up there. Good.
Finally.
So grab the two of them. You move a little closer so you will have them doing
that. We'll start off having a quick chat with Team Norway, since you've been sat up there for so long, Petter. Back at the Race of Champions, 6 previous appearances here. How does it feel to be back?
No, it's something we look forward to every year. You know, it's a lot of activities all the time. We were with the Porsches yesterday on the ice, you know, having really good fun. I got stuck properly also in the snow, so everybody enjoyed that a lot. Twice. But I think Tom said a lot of it, and I think, you know, coming together and having great fun, coming in the, you know, the guys from America with Travis and Tanner also. Things like this, that you can create this atmosphere from many different countries, makes it, of course, special. We will see. Now the race starts and all the bullshit stops. So we will see how it goes. Yeah.
Does it really stop though?
It's not the bullshit starts.
No, it's. I think it's been, maybe one of the calmer times before the race so far. Maybe it starts more this afternoon and tonight. In the sauna. So, but we will see. Anyway. It's great to be here, and it will not be the last one. That's for sure.
The two of you have a Nations Cup title to kind of keep for Norway this year. But I think the two guys sitting next to you are very determined to do something about that.
I saw Mick drive earlier, follow, but that was a proper rally attack. I was very impressed. It was really, it was proper pushing, and it's for sure. Germany is always a very popular team and country for many years. It's a lot of history, so I think it will be very interesting. And now they also share the groups for the countries, so it will be interesting to see who we ending up at the end of the day.
And Oliver, the two of you up against each other on Sunday first thing.
Well, we had 9-hour drive up here. We didn't talk at all.
What?
And we'll definitely not talk on the way home either. But no, I mean, it's a bit early, but that's how it is, yeah. We will be teammates tomorrow, and then on Sunday we will be fighters. So.
But on Sunday, who's going to win that race?
It's impossible to say.
I'm quite sure, but.
But you have so much experience, You have done it so many times, and.
You should give way to your son, no?
Yeah.
And no chance. Would you have done that?
Yes.
No, you have to earn it. You have to earn it.
You don't know my father. No, but it will be a big fight. That is for sure.
I almost feel a bit sorry for Pernilla on that first race on Sunday.
Well, at least I have her to talk to at the way home, or opposite.
So what you're saying is a sore loser?
We both are. We both are sore. We are bad winners and bad losers.
Really?
When we are with each other.
It'll be good fun.
Yes, very.
I'm honestly, I'm really pumped up. I'm gonna beat you properly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's okay for me. Yeah. If you can live with that inside, and if you feel good with that, no problem.
This was extreme talking here now. This is.
This could get ugly.
Goes for therapy on the way home.
So why don't you talk? Are you listening to music, or you just don't have anything to say?
We talked on the way up, but we will not talk on the way home.
No, okay. Because one of you will have a trophy probably in your lap.
Yeah. Well, maybe not the trophy, but at least between us, it will be a big fight.
Team Germany, Sebastian Vettel and Mick Schumacher. Who do you think is going to win that first race?
We are friends, just to let you know.
I think the mum will go home as a winner.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's either the mum or the husband to the winner, so it's a win-win for her.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Like I mentioned, the two of them have a Nations Cup title to defend. How hungry are the two of you for that trophy?
Well, I think last year we peaked at different times. I think Saturday you were on form, and I was lost. That didn't help for our, team event. And then Sunday, I found a bit more of the rhythm, and I think Mick got caught out very early. But I don't know. It's so difficult with the terrain here. It's obviously not what we're used to, and anything can happen. But we're very hungry, so we're very hopeful we meet Norway in the final.
You say terrain that you're not used to, but when you're out running in a shorts and a t-shirt, it looks like you've done nothing else.
Yeah, but that's maybe not the part that is required here, not the skill that is required once you're behind the wheel. So whoever is prepared to team up in the morning is invited, but it's a different story behind the wheel.
What's it like? What's it been like so far? Been some good laughs already?
Yeah, I mean, it's just starting, so I think there will be many more laughs. But I found that bit very entertaining just now.
It was.
So happy to see more.
See you on Sunday, it'll be much worse.
Yeah.
Can you understand that it gets to this point?
Yeah, if I was the father, I would let my son take the win. But Peter obviously has
You make me feel bad. Now you are.
Just continue, please. Thank you.
You pay me after, so yeah. No, I think it's obviously a nice possibility for them to fight each other on the track, and I'm sure they will both go flat out. It's in their nature. I think they cannot even do anything about it. So it's just natural.
That's just who they are.
It's just who they are. Yeah.
Your first race this weekend as a retired Formula One driver, does it feel a bit different?
No, obviously, yeah, I had a good break, but now it's not a colder break. It's just, that's it for now. But yeah, happy, obviously, was able to enjoy the time. And we had even a longer drive up here. We drove up here from all the way from Switzerland through Germany and then Norway and Sweden. So yeah, it's been very nice to see a little bit more, to have a bit more time.
It would be worse if his son competed. They wouldn't talk for even longer.
Yeah. Yeah. I still have some years to think about that.
So you on a road trip with your dad coming up here?
Yeah, my father as well. He was also coming up, but yeah, we came up basically together. Yeah.
Yeah. Did you make any nice stops on the way?
Many stops, and yeah, we obviously have to go back as well. So it will be many stops on the way back too. But yeah, it's been nice. I didn't want to fly, so yeah. And last year we were laughing. We said it's so beautiful up here. We have to see more. How about we drive up here? And this year we did it. So it's nice.
Yeah, it's a good drive. Did you see any northern lights maybe yet? Or?
Not yet. No. So still checking the phone every night.
You have the Aurora app.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, yeah. You need to have that. Mick, how does it feel to be back, teaming up with Seb again?
Yeah, good. Hopefully this year will be a bit better. Hopefully we'll be able to repeat, maybe even be a spot higher than Mexico and take that one home. But I think, yeah, from what I saw today and yesterday, we looked pretty well out there. A bit better prepared compared to last year. So I think everybody should be a bit careful.
How many weeks have you been practicing?
Sorry?
How many weeks at your girlfriend's place in Norway have you been practicing? On the lake?
I haven't been practicing.
I had a lot of mileage driving up here, but it was mostly straight. So, and with the van, I didn't dare going sideways. So, yeah.
Oh, perfect. Good luck this weekend. And now our ROC guys, Jarno and Lucas. Congratulations, Lucas, on winning not long ago. What was it like?
Yeah, it was just a bit surreal. I mean, it was even to be back here at the Race of Champions. Thank you, Jarno. Yeah, even just to be back here at the Race of Champions is just even last year was a massive privilege, and one that I tried to really savour, because it's like you don't know in life if you'll ever get the chance to experience something like that again. And to, first of all, even be back is, massive privilege. And then, yeah, obviously last year I was runner-up. I was really wanted to redeem myself a little bit from last year. So, yeah, to win it this year with the bigger trophy this year is a bit. Oh, thank you.
Yeah,
I mean, it means everything. So yeah.
I can imagine the two of you have competed a lot together. Jarno, how does it feel to not make it all the way today?
Yeah, it's a shame, of course, but I won last year, and now it's the other way around. So we've done both at least.
We have both trophies now. So.
Yeah, exactly. Can add it to the collection now. But yeah, it was a shame. Lucas was just faster, so simple as that. Lucas was last year very fast as well on the real track. But yeah, I'll try and get up to his pace before we get into the car tomorrow.
Just looking at the board behind you there, you're up against Team Finland. Valtteri's sitting next to you there. How does that feel?
Yeah, Valtteri has some experience in the rally car, of course. But yeah, I think we're both going to be quite inexperienced driving tomorrow in rally cars. So yeah, we're going to have to wait and see how it's going to go. But yeah, I think we have a slight chance still.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be again, to be taking part in the Nations Cup, it's like taking the positives. It's, again, a massive privilege. Last year was probably one of the most scary and exhilarating experiences, of my entire life. And yet to even get the chance to do it again is, yeah, going to be fun. So, yeah, we'll hopefully get a little bit of practice. We definitely need it. But, yeah, it's going to be massive fun. And even to be, I'd be lying to say if I wasn't quite nervous when you've got, so many legends, sitting at the same table as you. It's one of those moments in life that I hope I get to look back on in years in time and think, wow, that was really special. So, yeah.
I can imagine it's quite the company you're up there with. Seb, are you quite impressed with the e-racing guys?
Yeah, I think obviously I'm not the expert to ask because I haven't got that much experience behind the sim wheel, but it's very tough. You need a lot of practice, and it's getting better and better, you know. Obviously, we've seen many examples. Also last year, you know, they did incredibly well, also jumping behind the wheel of the real cars and doing really well. So, yeah, it's crazy how much the e-sport has grown over the last years, and it's great that ROC as well gives the opportunity to those guys to fight it out and then to step up and live, let's say, the real car as well experience. So yeah, it's fun.
It won't be part of your retirement then, e-racing?
No, I tried one during the lockdown, and I was so bad, like so bad. And then I phoned you after, and I was like, "How the hell do you manage to do it so well?" Because I was really struggling, and I've been growing up with video games, and I've done a little bit, and I thought I would be okay, I'll sign up. And I was so bad, and then Petter, was really good, and I said, "How the hell did you manage?" And he's like, yeah, you need to practice a little bit more. And then Pernilla came, and he was practicing so much. He's never been inside the house.
I was practicing so much that I got issues.
Yeah.
Seriously, yeah.
So you see, then I was like, yeah, it was difficult then to squeeze the time. Now, in theory, I have more time. So, yeah, I don't know. But these guys are on another level, so it's not that easy. You don't jump in and do well, so. If I can't beat Petter, then, can you imagine? So.
I'm going to open up to the floor. Any questions? Yep.
You were here last year, and this year you have Valtteri with you, and you raced a lot together in F1. What do you think you can expect from Valtteri, based on your experience from last year?
Well, I mean, Valtteri, from what I know, has been driving quite a lot in rally in general, so I think that he will be all right out there. So hopefully Team ROC can kick them out before they come to us.
No pressure.
Yeah, no pressure, Valtteri. I think Valtteri is the best or the most rally driver in F1, so he has to do well, he has no option.
No, well,
Plus his finish. I mean, that's
I think you did really well. We were very impressed. That was really good fun to see because it was a proper rally, fast, and it was cool. Yeah.
I love it. Obviously, now the expectation is pretty high, but I just love it.
No.
Let's see.
Yeah, but hopefully if we don't go far, hopefully you go far. So at least the Formula One pride lasts a bit longer. Yeah.
Any more questions? Yep.
Not fossil, e-fuels. Sorry. Well, I think, we love motorsport. I love motorsport. So obviously I'm very mindful when it comes to the future. You have younger drivers. I have kids as well. And, I think it's been a real privilege to go through motorsport the way I have. And it would be a shame if one day it has to be banned for obvious reasons. So I think it's great to see that this event is a great event, is a fun event, and we're all having the best time. But it's great to see that Frederick and the whole team is thinking about how to progress and how to make the fun in a more responsible, how to have fun in a more responsible way. Thinking of different cars. Obviously, it's what we're showing, but also everything that comes with setting up such a big event. So I think that's important and inevitable for the future. If we want to continue to practice our sport and live our passion in racing, then I think we have to think of alternatives. Otherwise, we may continue the way we used to for another couple of years before we are really ahead of or we're really facing a big problem. So it's great to see that people are thinking about it, and in all fairness, I believe we have to. So it's great to be part of that and know that as well. And yeah, great to see that. Obviously it depends the type of racing, but there is movement. There is people that are thinking about it and thinking of better or more sustainable future.
Any more questions? Yep.
Yeah. Wow. Thank you. Well, I don't. Thank you for the honor. I have to admit I'm not aware of the local newspapers so much, but yeah, obviously F1 is a huge sport around the world. So and it is growing. It has grown in the last couple of years. I think especially the younger audience is picking up, which is great. So maybe that's one of the reasons. Obviously, I've been around as well for a long time in the sport, so I think I might benefit from both. One, the fact that I'm old and have been around for a while, and two, that Formula One is a very, very big sport. So yeah, but I'm sure that come Sunday, if you are a Swede local from this area, you will support the Swedish and the Scandinavian drivers as well. So
apparently not.
So apparently not. No, but naturally, I think you will, because we might, I don't know, depending how it goes, we might be with the Swedish people on the grandstand very soon, and then we would support the Scandinavian drivers as well. So, yeah. I think to make a forecast, we will have the Americans could be a surprise, but I think there's a high chance to have a Scandinavian in the final.
Or a friend.
Scandinavian or Nordic?
It's a different thing.
Finland is not part of Nordic countries, or of the Scandinavian countries.
No?
No, Nordic.
You signed out, or how does?
I don't know. I think they didn't accept us. I don't know why, but.
Is that a fact?
It's a Nordic country, but it's not part of Scandinavia.
So Nordic is everybody, and Scandinavia is everybody except Finland. Well, that's a bit.
There you go.
You need to talk to your people.
Are there any more questions?
Yeah, so we'll have a Nordic, yeah.
Or
we
a
have a
French.
Scandinavian, Scandinavian in the final. Yeah, because we are on the other side, so I don't know. Yeah.
Seb, I also have a question to you from Tommy Meadows at WRC.com. It was difficult to miss a comment from you on F1 where you said you really like rallying. So does that mean that there is any rallying for you in the near future?
Can you close your ears? Otherwise you start to... I think these guys are, rally drive. I have a huge admiration for rally drivers. I think it's incredible skill. Obviously this is a tiny glimpse of what it might feel to do a rally. But it feels like I arrive with a screwdriver and a hammer, like two tools, and whereas they arrive to turn one with the whole toolbox set, equipped with whatever might happen, they have the right fitting tool. Yeah, I think it's a great sport. There is the racing element and the skill, but it's very different in many ways.
So offered you many times, you can take one of my rally cars from the museum to just come and have fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they are.
You sure they're insured?
I trust you.
You can insure them now.
I trust you. It's worse to let Oliver drive them. So, so
thank you for the confidence.
No, but they are there. Whatever you want, you just have fun. Yeah. Nobody will even know about it.
But it's
now they obviously know. So.
Yeah, exactly. But it's a great sport. It's a great skill. I think the drivers are great. They don't get the limelight they deserve. Obviously, F1, like I said earlier, is very popular. Rallying is popular, but maybe more in the Nordic countries. But deserves to be very popular around the world because the skill is incredible. The discipline as well. It's very different as a sport. So I don't know. I think it would be a lot of work, but maybe something after a while that, if it starts to itch. It would be very different, so it would be a huge challenge.
Because I was asking Thierry, and he said that you are very updated on everything in the WRC world. Do you follow it quite closely?
Yeah, I always did a little bit. Not every sector split, but usually the rallies and the stages, and there's been obviously a lot of young kids coming up, and I remember the days. Sorry, Petter. When Petter was, winning and competing. I don't know. It's not like I grew up with rallying, but somehow I always did, and I just admired the fact that you go so fast without, curbs and track limits and just whatever is next to you doesn't matter, sort of thing. So, whatever the terrain, whatever the conditions, yeah, it's a huge fascination.
And is there a dream rally and a dream car?
I have too little experience, so I start in Petter's backyard, and then we see.
Sounds good. Thank you very much, all of you. Good luck and have fun this weekend.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I didn't know it's not.
Yeah, I don't know why.
That's fucked up. No? It's weird. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, we've got the celebrity gang. We still have one group of drivers left, and that is the celebrity drivers this weekend. We will have Emil Hansius, Ingemar Stenmark, and Thomas Holmström. And I've just been told that Anja Persson will be arriving late tonight, so she will not be in the press conference.
Thomas och kom, ta med grabbarna här. Ja.
You bring your skates, so I don't know. I can't skate, so someone was skating this morning.
Oh yeah? Like figure skating or?
No.
Like
roller skating, but not ice hockey.
Okay.
Diesel skating, right?
Yeah.
Same thing.
But NHL to win four Stanley Cups is
Welcome on stage to our celebrity drivers, Ingemar Stenmark, Emil Hansius, and Thomas Holmström. Welcome, guys.
Tack.
Tack.
Alla svenska, ja. But we do this in English. Sorry.
Okay.
Ingemar, we'll start with you. You were here last year.
Yes.
Does it feel good to be back?
Yeah, it's nice to be back. It's well organized, and it's always nice to drive on ice.
Tell me about your first laps out here. How's it been?
Yeah, it's been nice, but quite difficult with the Polaris cars. In the beginning, it was very difficult for me.
Why is that?
I don't know. I'm just not used to it.
Is there anything particular? Is it the power or the handling or?
Yeah, the handling. If you brake too hard, it goes sideways or it goes down in the front. So you have to be careful with the brake pedal.
So you have 86 World Cup wins downhill skiing. Is there any of that experience you bring into this?
I think it's quite easy for skiers to drive cars. We can easily learn how to drive okay, but to be a good driver, it takes much more.
Yeah, it's impressive to see Axel go from the Porsche Sprint Cup Challenge to now be driving the Carrera Cup this year. I mean, it's a very quick progression for him, isn't it?
Yeah, it's fantastic. And he did very, very good in the Sprint Challenge.
Yeah. Are you missing the Porsche this year?
If I'm missing what?
The Porsche.
The Porsche.
Yeah.
I think it was nice to drive the Polaris also.
And what about the rallycross cars?
We don't drive them.
Oh, you don't drive them? No. Okay. Just the Polaris?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
It's a pity because I think it would be nice to try them.
Well,
we
maybe
might do it in the afternoon, I heard.
Maybe someone will let you. I'm sure they will.
Yeah.
Emil Hansius, welcome to Race of Champions.
Thank you very much.
You're local.
I'm a local, and I'm not a sports person either. So I'm just a YouTuber. I don't know how I ended up here, but I'm very grateful to be here, and it's an honor to be here next to these legends.
Well, that was kind of my next question. How did you end up here?
Great contacts, and I'm a nice guy, I think.
So what do you make on YouTube? What sort of?
All sorts of video, a lot of reaction videos, a lot of travel videos. Where last year I was the first and only YouTuber to make a video with the Swedish police force, so that was very cool.
Oh, what did you do with them?
I got bitten by dogs. I flew helicopters. I got arrested by the Swedish SWAT team. That hurt. So a lot of stuff. I don't want to be a criminal.
So this will be a piece of cake then.
Hopefully it won't hurt as much. So
how much do you know? How much do you follow motorsport? You've just been stood next to a 4-time Formula One world champion. Do you know Sebastian Vettel and the other guys?
Of course. That was cool. I'm not that experienced in this sport, but I think it's awesome. I think it's so cool to watch and follow. But I'm not a good driver myself. We will see on Sunday.
Oh, what are you not good at, do you think?
I don't know. Drive fast and maybe die. I don't think.
So it's a bit scary, yeah?
I usually drive slow and safe. I have my twins in the back seat, so I drive slow. And this is a whole other type of driving.
What about the two gentlemen next to you? Do you know them well?
Yeah, I do. I'm a huge hockey fan, so Thomas Holmström I know very well, and Ingemar Stenmark is a legend in the skiing, or in Sweden. He's a legend. My dad always says, every time you're on television, he says, I've been in a ski lift with Ingemar in the 80s. And I think maybe he will remember it too. I don't think so. Maybe you do.
Well, now you've been racing a whole weekend with him, so
yeah,
that's a pretty good story too.
Yeah, it's an honor.
What does it mean to Piteå to have Race of Champions?
It means a lot. It puts Piteå even more on the map than it already is, and we have a beautiful city with great environment for events like this. And I'm very grateful that a lot of people from all over the world are traveling here and experience our beautiful city.
Great. Thomas Holmström, welcome to Race of Champions.
Thank you.
former ice hockey player, played in the NHL, and now you're here at the Race of Champions. How did that happen?
Well, they asked me, and I was thinking about it the day, and it sounds lots of fun. And I wasn't home last year for it. I just heard about it. I was out of the country, but I heard it was a great event, and for sure I didn't want to miss it.
And can you bring some of your ice hockey skills into the car somehow?
Well, I try to see it that way, but it's hard. It's snowboards, it's snowbanks and concrete slabs I saw out there. No, it looks pretty narrow too, though. Some corners are pretty tight. But it's lots of fun for sure. And it was good that we went drive the Porsche cars out in Böle on the ice there, so get a little more feeling of it. And it was kind of wide track, so you felt really comfortable after a while, but it was way more tighter here.
But if there's somebody who's used to a lot of ice, that would be you?
Yeah, but you're right, but it's a totally different sport, and the rink is square, this is crooked all over.
There are a lot of differences, of course, but what is your relationship to motorsport and being here amongst so many legends?
Yeah, I recognize the names, not so much the faces, and for sure it's, we just got there today, and hopefully we went in the locker room and talked to a couple of them, and so hopefully, we're going to have many more talks, and it's going to be a great weekend.
And have you been recognized?
No.
Not many of them had followed
No.
NHL.
No.
And what about the guys next to you? Do you know them well?
Emil, no, I heard about, I think it was my kids said he's a YouTuber. And and I gave him my email address now, so he's going to send me some stuff. So now I have to start looking up for sure. And Ingmar, when I went to school, everything stopped. They rolled in the TVs when Ingmar was skiing. So
wow.
I've seen him since, childhood, yeah.
So it's been good to chat with him.
Oh, absolutely, yes. It's been lots of fun.
Perfect. Any questions from anyone? No? Who's going to win?
Yeah, we talked about it, me and Emil. And, Ingmar is the professional here. He got his own, he got his name on his coat here, the racing coat.
Yeah.
And
this is the only advantage, the name on the dress.
But that's pretty scary, though. But I think tomorrow we're going to use tennis shoes, huh?
Yeah, probably.
A little easier to use the pedals.
What have you been using today?
Just regular, I don't know how to call it, boots, snow boots.
Oh.
Yeah, so we need more feeling of the pedals, I think, and that's going to be the advantage. But
you need racing shoes.
Yeah, maybe we buy that.
That would be a good investment. Any other questions? No? Okay. Thank you very much to all three.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Good luck this weekend. Have fun.
Thank you.
Thanks.
And I believe that concludes the press conference. Thank you to everyone here on site and also to everyone watching the live stream.